Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining, or maybe it's evening when you're doing this class. I appreciate you tuning in, and just saying a quick hello to Debbie, Amy, Julie, and Doug, and thank them for checking out the shows all the time. And sorry I have been offline for a few weeks. I got a virus that I had lost my voice for just over a week. So since there's a lot of viruses going around, I'm going to do a 30-minute class today, and we'll do full body stretching, but also a few different stretches to focus on opening the throat and the chest and getting your full range of breath. So we will go ahead and get started off in Shavasana. So just lying flat on your backs, on your mats. Just finding comfort and letting the floor support your body, not holding anything tight. Just noticing how your body feels on the mat. Muscles that don't want to release or relax, the shoulders, or the back, or the hips, or the legs, and just focusing that every exhale you find those and release a little deeper onto the mat. Your hands on your tummy, laying flat on your back still. We're going to inhale, feel yourself filling up your lungs, but also feel your belly expand with the air. Make sure that it goes all the way through to the belly. Hold it for just a moment and then slowly release. Do that one more time. Inhale, noticing that the hands will lift and open and expand as you're filling the belly with air. And then we're going to do a counted breath. And this time we're going to hold for longer than we normally do. So we're going to inhale for a slow count of 6. You can keep your hands on your belly if that was comfortable. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just hold here for 6. And then slowly exhale for 6. Do that one more time at your own pace. Inhale for 6, hold for 6, and then exhale for 6. And then when you're ready, just gently, maybe even not opening your eyes all the way, we're going to just roll onto our right side. You can use a pillow or block below the head to support the head. I'm going to interlace our fingers long behind our back, open up through the chest, and really take advantage of that space in the chest from when you're sitting at computers and typing all day long, and the chest curves in. So inhale here, open your mouth and sigh on the exhale. Stay here one more time for one more breath. You can take the stretch a little deeper, releasing the fingers and taking that top foot, stepping it to the floor behind you. Nice deep breath in. Open the mouth inside. Lower that leg down, hand down. Roll to the opposite side. We'll do the same thing. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Open up nicely through the chest. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. And while you're here, one more time, you can take the stretch further, releasing the hands, stretch out through the fingertips, and taking that top leg, stepping the foot behind you. Open up through the chest. Inhale. Gently bring that leg down, hand down. Press up into seated. Slowly and gently. We're going to find a comfortable seated position for you. So, crossing the legs, but maybe even not putting one leg over top of the other, leaving them so they're flat and not overlapped by anything, so there's no pressure on one leg or the other. And make sure the shoulders are down and back, chest is lifted, hands come to heart center, and that thumb will really press right into the heart center, right where it's lifted. Focusing here to keep the chest lifted, we're just going to drop the chin down towards the chest. Without moving that wide and lifted heart, breathing here. We're going to do a 6 count breath while we're here. It might feel a little harder to breathe, maybe not, depending on how open your throat and chest are. Inhale slowly for 6. Hold for 6. Exhale for 6. We'll do that 6 count breath one more time, but can you maybe lower the chin a little bit further? Inhale. And then exhale. Bring the head back to center. Here, interlace the fingers. Put them right under the chin, keeping the elbows up. And we're going to rest. Completely rest your chin right on your hands. Slowly lift up, taking your gaze all the way to the ceiling. Lower the head down to neutral, and then slowly continue going till the hands can touch the chest if that's possible. Inhale again, bring the head up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale and slowly bring the head to neutral, releasing the hands down to the mat. I'm going to do a variation on one that we do quite often, but keeping lifting the right hand to the chest. And then tilt the right hip gently towards the opposite shoulder, so make sure the shoulder is not up and the chest is still lifted. This left hand was on the floor. While the head's tipped towards the right shoulder, we're going to gently start lifting the left hand, keeping the palm pressed out, like we're pushing away when we do push away to the wall. If you find a spot that triggers the muscles and tendons in the arm, maybe stay there, or continue lifting until you're pushing all the way against the side wall. Breathing here. And then turn the fingers down, extending still through the palm. palm. And while we're here, lower that arms slowly, allowing the stretch through the arm and shoulder to happen. Same on the opposite side, hand on heart. Notice that how your breathing stays with that hand that's on your heart, because you're so focused on lifting the arm and keeping it flexed. The breathing needs to happen too. So again, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders are down, hand over your heart. Bring the chin to neutral, and then slowly raise the right hand this time, tilting the head towards the left shoulder. Slowly raising the hand. Exhale, turn. Take the hand, palm down. Lengthen. And then slowly lowering back down to the ground. And we're going to gently take our legs over to the side, one side or the other. And if you started on the right, then the left hand should be on the floor. I'm going to reach up. I'm going to reach both ways, so it won't matter which way you start. But reaching up overhead. Before you do that, like inhale, lengthen the body, lengthen the spine, grow nice and tall through the top of the head, following that hand towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, side bend, reaching the hand overhead. And then we're going to reverse that. So place that hand down on the mat and do the same thing. Reach up through the left arm, lengthening through the body and the spine, going longer and longer. Reach overhead. Inhale the arm up and bring it back down to your side. We're going to reverse the legs. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Right hand is going to be placed on the mat. Chest is lifted. Inhale up. One arm reaching to the ceiling, growing nice and tall. And then exhale. Side. Inhale, come back up, chest is still lifted, that palm goes to the mat. Inhale up, lengthen, lengthen, growing nice and tall. Don't look up, keep the chin down slightly, growing from the back of the head, reach, and then hinge over. Slowly bring that hand back down. I'm going to take the legs out long in front of us. We will get to some hip openers now. So whichever leg you'd like to use first, keeping one leg out in front of you. And the opposite leg, just cradling the foot in the elbow, or holding it with both hands. Making hip circles here. And lowering that leg down. Ground through the sits bones, bounce up the knees. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Just rocking whichever way feels good, making the circles. And Lowering that leg down. Ground through the sits bones to get nice and tall. Chest is still lifted. Bouncing the knees. And then we're just going to bring the feet together in seated butterfly. Sometimes we sit on a block. Today we're not going to. And we're going to just slowly press open. Give ourselves a little more space today. Pressing open through the legs. Only for a count of 5. Do that 2 more times. Legs together. Press through the hands. Last time. Make sure to keep the chest lifted. And then we're going to come into tabletop. Hands directly under the shoulders in a line. Thread the needle, inhale up to the right arm, opening, and then thread through, come down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Inhale up the left knee. Slowly bring that left hand down to the mat, press back up into neutral. Do the same on the opposite side. Inhale up the left arm, and then thread through. Left shoulder down, left temple down. Inhale up the right. Bring that knee down. Slowly pressing up. From here, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. Walk the palms slightly forward. And then sink down into puppy pose. So your forehead can rest on the mat, or if you want to go a little deeper, your chin can. Keep the hips raised. From here, sink back into child's pose, just taking the sits bones down to the feet. Inhale all the way up into all fours. This time hinge forward and lower all the way down and come into Sphinx. So the palms all the way to the elbows are flat on the mat. Elbows are in line with the shoulders. Just keeping the chest lifted. And then while we're here, we're going to turn and gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing. And then slowly bring the gaze back to center. Turn over the left shoulder. Bring the gaze back to center and then take the chin down to the chest. Slowly bring the hands right underneath the shoulder. Press up into plank. And then all the way to down dog. Pedaling out the feet. Inhale up the right leg. Exhale, bring it forward, stepping between the hands. We'll do some of our hip openers. Staying up nice and high on the feet. Stretching out nice and long, keep that back leg activated. I'm going to reach this left hand over top and open through the right. Gazing up towards the right hand if you can, or just straight ahead. Slowly bring the hands down to frame the foot. Lower down onto the back knee. Flip the back toes out. Heel toe that foot to the right. And right here in this low lunge, you can just hang out here or roll the foot to the outside edge and come down onto your forearms to deepen the hip stretch. Take nice deep breaths while you're here. Notice how the air feels when it goes in, on the inhale, and as it exits on the exhale. Does it feel different than when you started at the beginning of class? Slowly come back up into long arms. We're going to come into pigeon, so heel toe that right foot over towards the left wrist. Trying to stay up nice and high, or you can come down onto your forearms if you prefer the low stretch. If you're up high, keeping that back leg rotated internally to the body so it stays nice and straight. Shoulders are down and back, chest still lifted. Not shrugging with the shoulders up to the ears. And we're going to just gently step back onto this left hip. So we're going to roll it back and come down with the sits bones onto the mat. And this top right leg comes into the left thigh. Reach for the left foot, and the right arm comes up overhead, lengthening through the side body. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, palms come to the top of the mat. Back into down dog, pedaling out the feet. Same thing on the left, inhale the left leg. Step it forward between the hands. Staying up in that high lunge, we're going to twist. Right hand comes down to the mat or open palm in front of the left leg, and the left arm comes up, opening. Slowly bring the hand back to center, front of the foot. Lower down onto the back knee, flip the back toes up. Left foot heel toe to the edge of the mat. Right hand, the hands are in the center. You can stay up or come down onto your forearms and roll to the outside edge of your foot. Into long arms, heel toe that left foot over to the right wrist. Coming into pigeon again, staying up high, straight if you are, chest lifted, shoulders down and back, or coming down onto your forearms. Gently roll back onto that right hip, right toes, turn up to the ceiling. Left foot comes to the inside of the left thigh, reach over. With that left arm, keeping the shoulders stacked, chest lifted. Inhale, come all the way back up, palms to the top of the mat and into down dog. Pedaling out the feet. hop, step, or float forward. Heel toe the feet out wider than hip distance. Using the 2-piece fingers, grab your big toe, cap it with your thumb, and on the exhale, put a bend in the knees, pull the chest down towards the thighs, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, lengthen the legs, put the stretch in the arms. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, hips come up. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, hips come up. Release the hands from the feet. Grab opposites, biceps, and just hang, letting the head hang heavy. Gently rocking the arms left and right. Shaking the head no. Do not have negative thoughts and negative speak. Shaking the head yes. Both positive thoughts and positive speak. Releasing the hands down to the mat, heel toe the feet into center. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come to heart center. We're going to pause right here, find that mountain pose. And bring the thumb right to the heart again with the chest lifted, like when we were in seated pose, chin down. And when your shoulder or down and back and your chest is nice and lifted, drop the head again. As far as you can towards your chest. Inhale slowly for 6. Exhale. Inhale slowly for 6. Hold. And exhale. From here again, interlace the fingers. Right under the chin, elbows up. Inhale, relaxing that chin on the hand, slowly lifting the head. Take a nice deep breath here with the head lifted. Exhale. Lower the head down. So you can go all the way down to the chest. One more time, inhale. Lift the head. Exhale. Slowly come back down to neutral. Release the hands. Do one sun salutation. Inhale, bring arms all the way up. Palms meet. Hands through heart center. Forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg steps. Left. Vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog. One more. Hop, step, or foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg. Left. Vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog. From here, roll all the way forward. Slowly lower down onto your mat. Set up for locust pose. Another chest opener. Palms behind you. Down on the mat. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lifting up through the chest and the legs. If that hurts your lower back or it's too much, you can leave your legs planted on the mat. And you might want to even interlace the fingers and open up through the chest. Breathing here. Gently releasing everything down to the mat. Right cheek to the mat. Windshield wiper the legs, left and right. that same pose again, or you can try wheel if it's part of your practice, using the hands to hold onto the ankles. Inhaling up. Or you can stay in locust pose. And releasing the fingers, opening up through the chest. Breathing here. Slowly exhale everything to the mat. Opposite cheek to the mat this time. Windshield wiper the legs gently back and forth. Let the shoulders fall to the mat. Palms up. Slowly lower the legs down to the mat. Palms come right under the shoulders. Press up into tabletop first. And then take the knees a little wider. See if you can take them to the edges of the mat. Lower the hands down, if you weren't already. And then we're going to take the fingers, turn them back towards the body. So we turn them to the outside and back, not inside. Same on the opposite side. Turning the hand outside with the fingers pointed back, knees are open. And we slowly walk our palms in towards the body. Small steps with the hands at a time. And as we do that, we're going to sink our hips back onto our feet. And then once we're onto our knees coming up, camel pose. Starting out with the hands supporting the low back. Slowly start to tilt back. You can stay here if this is enough. If you want to take it a little further, you can put the hands onto the feet for support. And really open through the chest, rolling the shoulders back. Being careful not to drop the head back, but keep it in line with the spine. And slowly come out of that, bringing one hand to the low back and then the other. Then sink down into child's pose, widening the knees, stretching nice and long through the fingertips, foreheads resting on the mat. Gently rocking left and right. Bringing your hands behind you, palms up, and just letting the arms fall heavy to the floor. Inhale, slowly coming up to seated. And if you'd like to use some blocks for reverse shoulder stand or legs up a wall. And even at the end, when we do our reclined butterfly, if you'd like blocks to support your back and open up through the chest wider, you can use a bolster or maybe 3 blocks. I'm going to go ahead and lay back, setting up for a bridge pose. Making sure the fingertips can touch the heels. Inhale, bringing the hips up and release the fingers again, open through the chest. And then really extending up, lifting the hips and the belly towards the ceiling. Slowly releasing the shoulders, roll down one vertebrae at a time. hands at the bottom to release negative energy. And then coming into happy baby, grabbing the insides of the feet, driving the knees down on either side of the chest, and gently rocking left and right. Massaging the spine. Releasing the hands from the feet. Take the feet straight up to the ceiling. You can use a pillow or block here, underneath the low back. As part of your practice, you can come up into reverse shoulder stand. Just being mindful not to turn the head left or right to protect the nerves and muscles in the neck. If you're staying here, you might even just want to put your hands on your belly and feel that breath inhale, making sure you're filling up the belly full of air. Slowly bring your legs back down to the mat, planting the feet, removing any block if you might have been using one. Heel toe the feet out wider than the mat, keeping the left foot planted. Drop the right knee into center. Let the shoulders fall to the mat, open. Plant the right foot and drop the left knee into center this time. Lifting that left leg up. Heel toe the feet into center. We're going to come into reclined butterfly, which is our last pose. If you want, you can put the bolster or blocks along from the low back up to the head. So it usually takes about 3 blocks. Then it allows you to bring the shoulders apart and let them fall open, truly opening through the chest. Bringing awareness to your breath. Try and relax through the thighs and the hips. hands to close your legs like a book, leaving your feet planted for just a moment. We're going to go into our final Shavasana. If you want to keep the blocks or bolster, if you are using it, you can. Otherwise, you can move them now. Then take the feet out to the opposite corners of the mat, rolling the shoulders under, palms up, chin down slightly. And just breathe, letting everything feel heavy on the exhale. If a thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it, but let it pass by. Maybe taking the thumb to each one of the fingers, or bringing your awareness back to that counted breath, even with the hands on the belly. Allowing everything to fall loose and limp, completely relaxed. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your mat. Maybe wiggling your toes and your fingers. And taking a full body stretch like you do first thing in the morning. Extending through the hands, above the head, pointing the toes. And gently rolling onto your right side in fetal position. The reading for today: let yourself feel your past, then let yourself heal. Take responsibility for your behaviors, let the emotions clear, and then you will see what the universe has done. It has just created a healing scenario for you. A gentle trigger to the past, a gentle step forward for your heart. Using your left hand to gently push yourself into a seated position. Hands to heart center. We'll take 2 healing, energy-sending breaths. On our first breath, seeing someone in our mind's eye who needs a healing energy. Inhaling that person into your heart and showering them with beautiful golden light. And on our next breath, we'll take our own. The light in me sees and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed class today, and I really appreciate you joining. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a good week ahead. Take care.